Very true. In fact, I just remember now standing outside one of the counting centers during the assembly elections. The atmosphere over there is very, I don't know how do you explain, because on one part you have the BJP workers standing and party leaders. On the other side you have the Congress, and now this time around you also have the Aam Aadmi Party workers. So you have a triangle over there. Everyone standing in different places. So it's very interesting, and you're right there in the center. And it's fantastic. Security is tight. The entire place, like Vivek was stating, has been turned into a mini fortress. Police will not allow anyone inside there without an ID card.
Absolutely, but with a few hours left for counting, the nation is definitely on tenterhooks. Who will emerge victorious and who will bite the dust? Well, we spoke to some Bengalurians, and let's find out what they had to say about the kind of excitement that's there in Namma city over the results.
Less than 24 hours remain for the counting to begin. The nation waits with bated breath. Who will ride on the wave of victory and who will be sidelined? Everything seems so tantalizing, so gripping. And what do Bengalurians do on D-Day? How have they planned to spend the day?
Tomorrow, my dad is thinking of staying at home. He's taking an off tomorrow. So I think I'll be joining him and watching the verdict.
Nothing, I would just sit and watch the fun. I mean, who's winning, who's losing.
We have a big TV set up in office tomorrow, planning to sit down and follow the elections closely.
Do people trust the exit polls? And who do the people put their money on?
Modi.
Whom do you think will win?
Modi.
Of course, I'm a big Modi fan, so I think it should surpass all the exit polls, and I hope we get 300 plus.
I'm watching the TV, waiting for the results, and when it's a predicted result, Modi will be the Prime Minister, and it will be a happy day because I'm sure he'll be very good for all business people, and business will flourish, and we'll have a strong Prime Minister who can take decisions on all foreign policies.
I think so exit poll has any value. I think Rahul should come.
Well, one thing is clear. Bengaluru is closely watching the developments and is all geared for D-Day. What will actually transpire? Well, we will have to wait till Friday. A News9 report.
Clearly, it's not just us who's excited. Bengalurians are also waiting for the results with bated breath there. In fact, our correspondents caught up with several of them yesterday, and you could already see that there was so much excitement. All of them already have detailed plans. In fact, all through these last months of elections, what we have to also notice, Nolan, is that there's been almost a fever that's gripped the nation, and Bengalurians are not far behind. Usually, politics is shunned, and not too many people are aware of what's happening when it comes to politics and the likes. But these elections, we've seen a general awareness spring up with regards to the people. Everyone knows who their candidates are. Everyone's even researched into them, and so many youngsters out there want to know who will form the government.
Very true. In fact, this time around there have been so many millions of first-time voters, youngsters who have come out. Now, thanks to the media, thanks to newspapers, television channels actually giving them information, telling them what's to be done, how you're supposed to vote. We have given people information about their candidates, so everyone is educated about it. And that's what you heard last evening when our colleagues went out there, spoke to them. Everyone knew what they wanted. And simple, Lakshita, the youth want jobs. The middle class want prosperity.
Absolutely. In fact, there's no doubt that the election fever is at its peak, and the entire country is waiting with bated breath to find out who will rule the country for the next 5 years. Well, Bengaluru has 3 prestigious constituencies, and of course, as we mentioned earlier, all eyes are on the counting centres. Our colleagues are right there. They will continue bringing us the updates. But for now, take a look at the kind of security measures present at these counting centres.
The entire country is geared up for the final showdown in Battlefield 2014. Yes, it's a big counting day on the 16th of May, and preparations have been made across the country to make sure it is a smooth affair, and it is no different in Bengaluru. The city will have 3 counting centres: an MKRV College for the Bangalore South constituency, RC College for Bangalore Central, and Home Science College for Bangalore North constituency. All counting centres have been provided with 3-tier security cover, with paramilitary forces, KSRP platoon and local police ensuring that there is no untoward incident. The district election apparatus has made sure officials are well trained for the counting process, with no ambiguity in the counting process and its rules.
125 to 130 tables, 120 130 tables ಒಂದೊಂದು ಪಾರ್ಲಿಮೆಂಟರಿ ಕಾನ್ಸ್ಟಿಟ್ಯೂನ್ಸಿಗೆ ಹಾಕಿದ್ದೀವಿ. ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಪ್ರತಿಯೊಂದು ಕ್ಯಾಂಡಿಡೇಟ್ಗೂ ಒಬ್ಬ ರೇಂಜನ್ನ ತಗೊಳ್ಳಿಕ್ಕೆ ಅವಕಾಶ ಇದೆ. ನಮ್ಮ ಪ್ರತಿ ಟೇಬಲ್ಗೆ 3 ಜನ ಸಿಬ್ಬಂದಿ ವರ್ಗದವರು ಇರ್ತಾರೆ. ಒಂದು ಕೌಂಟಿಂಗ್ ಸೂಪರ್ವೈಸರ್, ಒಂದು ಕೌಂಟಿಂಗ್ ಏಜೆಂಟ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಒಂದು ಮೈಕ್ರೋ ಅಬ್ಸರ್ವರ್ ಇಷ್ಟು ಇರ್ತದೆ. ಇದಲ್ಲದೆ ಸಂಬಂಧಪಟ್ಟ ARO ಕೂಡ ಆ ಟೇಬಲ್ ಇರ್ತದೆ. ಆ ಟೇಬಲಲ್ಲಿ ಅವರು AROನವರು ಎಲ್ಲ ಮತ ಎಣಿಕೆ ಕೆಲಸವನ್ನು ಉಸ್ತುವಾರಿ ನೋಡ್ಕೊಳ್ತಾರೆ. ಬೇಕಾದಂಥ ಎಲ್ಲ ಸಿಬ್ಬಂದಿಯನ್ನು ನೇಮಕ ಆಗಿದೆ. ಸುಮಾರು ಒಂದೊಂದು ಪಾರ್ಲಿಮೆಂಟ್ರಿ ಕಾನ್ಸ್ಟಿಟ್ಯೂನ್ಸಿಗೆ 600 ಜನ ಸಿಬ್ಬಂದಿಯವರು ಕೌಂಟಿಂಗ್ ಸ್ಟಾಫೇ ಬೇಕಾಗುತ್ತೆ. ಅಷ್ಟು ಜನ ನೇಮಕ ಆಗಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಇದಲ್ಲದೆ ನಮಗೆ ಸಪೋರ್ಟಿಂಗ್ ಸ್ಟಾಫ್ ಒಂದು 200 ಜನ ಬೇಕಾಗುತ್ತೆ. ಬಾಕ್ಸಸ್ನ ತಂದು ರೂಮ್ಗಿಡೋದು, ವಾಪಸ್ ತೊಗೊಂಡೋಗೋದು ಇತ್ಯಾದಿ ಸ್ಟಾಫು, ಟ್ಯಾಬ್ಲೇಷನ್ ಸ್ಟಾಫು ಇವೆಲ್ಲ ಸೇರಿ. ಇದಲ್ಲದೆ ಪೊಲೀಸ್ ಡಿಪಾರ್ಟ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ವತಿಯಿಂದ ಸೆಕ್ಯೂರಿಟಿ ಅರೇಂಜ್ಮೆಂಟ್ಸು ಬಹಳ ಶಿಸ್ತಿನಿಂದ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ನಮ್ಮ ಸ್ಟ್ರಾಂಗ್ ರೂಮ್ಸನ್ನು ನಮ್ಮ ಪ್ಯಾರಾಮಿಲಿಟರಿ ಫೋರ್ಸಸ್ನವ್ರು ಗಾರ್ಡ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ. ಅವರು ರೆಸ್ಟ್ರಿಕ್ಟೆಡ್ ಏರಿಯಾ, ಅವರು ಆ ಪ್ರದೇಶವನ್ನು ಅವರೇ ಉಸ್ತುವಾರಿ ನೋಡ್ಕೊಳ್ತಾರೆ. ಹೊರಗಿನ ಪ್ರದೇಶವನ್ನು ನಮ್ಮ ಲೋಕಲ್ ಪೊಲೀಸ್ನವರು ಎಲ್ಲ ಬಂದೋಬಸ್ತ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಂಡಿದ್ದಾರೆ.
The Bengaluru traffic police have also put in parking restrictions to make sure that huge numbers of political followers who throng the counting centres do not block the free flow of traffic. Parking in and around the counting centre has been banned.
Made sufficient arrangements in both the counting places, that is RC College grounds, RC College and SSMRB College in Jayanagar. Basically, the traffic restrictions will be applicable to mainly parking restrictions in and around these centers where the counting will take place, and then specific or earmark parking has been given to the counting officials and the police officials who come for duties on this day. So that will be the main thing. And generally RC College, in and around the RC College, most of the places the parking has been removed. This will be applicable from 6 AM tomorrow to 6 PM. This parking restriction will be there in this place.
But we would advise you to try and avoid areas around the counting centre around afternoon when the results are likely to come out. So everything is in preparedness to find out who will emerge victorious in Battlefield 2014. Harish Upadhyay, News9, Bengaluru.
Well, there you have it. Security arrangements in Bengaluru very tight, and our colleagues Vivek Vinayak as well as Shruti Menon were out. They will also be joined in by Nabila in some time from now. They're all out there trying to get the feel on the ground, trying to find out what is the kind of security arrangements in place. We also have to keep in mind, of course, all you Bengalurians out there who have counting centres very close to your home. Ensure you don't step out. If you have to, of course, there will be a lot of precautions, a lot of restrictions in place. You'll not be able to park your car or vehicle anywhere close by. You'll not be able to drive through that road. No mobiles or laptops allowed. So a lot of measures put up in place, and rightfully so, considering that it is such an important day. But there's no doubt that a couple of Bengalurians may feel a little restricted due to the same.
No, it's good you brought up this point, Akshita, especially for those people or residents living in areas where the counting centres are. Now, what we have seen is every time one party wins or one candidate wins, there's this huge celebration and the residents will not be allowed to get their vehicles out, their cars or their bikes. So the best option is you still have time now, get your cars, get your bikes, park them anywhere else but not near the counting centres, because once celebrations begin, once they burst crackers, there's no chance you will be able to get out of that area.
Well, these are live visuals from one of the counting centres, and of course the officials being allowed in, strict checking for them as well to ensure they're not carrying any mobiles, any laptops or any of that. There's a huge list of rules and regulations for them to follow as well, but of course a very important day for all of them. They will be involved in counting. They will be present there in deciding who will win in these elections. It is no doubt going to be very strict measures put in place. These officials, as you can see, even the police have a very important role to play today, and nobody is being allowed without being scrutinized properly, without being checked. They're not allowed to carry anything, no bags allowed. Their hands have to, their pockets cannot have anything either. So they are being very, very strict and very, very careful. We have seen stray incidents in the past across the nation, of course, but the Election Commission this time around has provided a certain set of rules and regulations for the officials to follow, for the security to follow, with regards to how exactly everyone who enters will be checked. In fact, a huge queue there, as you can see, but of course there are countless EVMs to be checked, countless votes to be taken into account. So it definitely looks like, besides that, a lot of party people are also there. You can see that even here in every single counting centre, of course outside that 100-meter radius, there will be a lot of people gathered.
Very true. In fact, like you stated, Akshita, they will not allow anyone inside to carry a mobile, a laptop, bags. In fact, all of them have been informed well in advance that please come without anything, just barring your wallet, barring your ID card. Furthermore, inside the counting center, there are CCTV cameras which will keep track. Their idea is, while you're counting, you're not supposed to give information out. There are boards over there that will give information, not these people. Now, on the right of your television screen, what you can see are also visuals coming in from Delhi. Now, there too, you can see party workers waiting outside. Now, in fact, these are visuals right here from Bengaluru. There will always be trouble with certain officials not willing to actually abide by the rules. Now here, these most probably are party workers. The police will be asking them to stay away, basically 100 meters away from the counting centers. Barricades are placed, but party workers will not want to listen. This always happens.
Absolutely, some chaos being witnessed there early in the day. Counting hasn't even begun, and it seems like somebody has managed to get into an altercation with the security. Some altercation being witnessed there, a few people also going ahead and fighting, but already in fact we've got 1.5 hours to go for counting, and quite a bit of chaos being witnessed here in Bengaluru. But this is inevitable, keeping in mind that there will be EC officials there, security is present there, and besides that also of course there are party workers present there, so all this definitely leads to some clash or the other. But what is definitely surprising, Nolan, is the fact that even before the results are out, even before the counting has begun, celebrations have begun. So it definitely looks like they're very, very enthusiastic, and looks like, well, they're already bursting crackers.
They're not following the adage that don't count your chickens before the eggs are hatched. They're just basing everything on the exit polls. No doubt the exit polls are stating that the NDA will get anywhere between 250 to 290. But then again, like we discussed earlier, exit polls do not actually give you the right answer. They just give you the sentiment. Well, but doesn't stop these people from actually going ahead and celebrating.
Absolutely, one of them almost burnt their faces as well, but it looks like they're ready to go ahead and celebrate with full gusto. So you can imagine what will be the scene if in fact the NDA gets good numbers, if the BJP does manage to get the magic figure even without its allies. Already we're looking at celebrations even before counting has begun. Maybe, of course, this is the right spirit of democracy, that they are celebrating the elections.
Very true. If you like sweets, the best place to go is outside the counting centers, because for sure they're going to force you to eat one.
Absolutely, but of course the BJP seems rather confident there. They seem to have placed their bets on the exit polls coming true, but of course they have been kind of celebrating over the last many days, deciding who will get what even before the results are out. And now the only thing that was left was for the celebrations to begin as well, and it looks like they have completed that as well. And we've got about 1 hour 20 minutes to go before the counting begins. But it looks like these people are just not patient enough to wait.
They're not going to be patient. No way. They know what's happening. 250, 290. They know for sure that somewhere close to that mark or those numbers the NDA, the BJP-led NDA is going to get. But again, for the residents of Bengaluru, talking about Bengaluru, it's best that, well, nothing can happen today. They have to accept that the party workers are going to go about celebrating throughout the city. They're going to go bursting crackers. Their dogs at home, if they have pets at home, will bark throughout the day because the crackers, because of people going on bikes. So it's one day of, well, all right, let them go ahead and celebrate. In fact, it's a big celebration for all of us. We have been waiting for this the entire year.
Festival of democracy, indeed.